Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Eat, Sleep, Breathe Sports. Jesse here.
Dave.
Darren.
This guy's Darren.
Deron.
Yeah, remember him? The other guy that was bringing a lot of good stuff to the table the other night. So tonight we're going to go over Game 7, Houston Golden State recap. We're also going to go over tonight's Game 1, what we think is going to happen. And Darren's going to talk a little bit about some hockey, and I think that might be it for tonight, unless something pops in my head, and we'll go from there.
A little bit of football news.
Yeah, maybe some little football stuff. But let's talk about Game 7, man. So that was an interesting game.
A lot of missed calls. Like that was favored towards Golden State.
Right.
No doubt. No doubt.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did a lot of looking around on the internet and comments of everybody and what they were saying and shit like that. So, you know, we always it's a hard topic to go there because everybody's like, well, you know, the referees didn't call this or that, or they got too many calls. You know, it's always a double-edged sword.
Well, yeah, but
that was a one-way
there
call.
was, when you have movie stars, other fellow basketball stars calling out the refs because it's blatant with these calls. I mean, there was two no calls on three-point shots on James Harden. That, you know, that's 6 points right there would have been a big turnout. Now, you can't blame the refs for missing. You know, Rizzo was, 0 of 12, I think, from 3. James Harden for the series was like 7 of 49. I don't remember those right off the top of my head, but they were ridiculous numbers. But Houston was killing them with the mid-range game and driving. Eric Gordon was getting to the rim at ease. James Harden was. I mean, they were rolling. If you look at the first half, they were up big.
Yeah.
Third quarter, what happened? Bad call. That moving screen that hit when they hit that 3, I think it was the rookie that did a moving screen, and no call. I mean, there was 6 blatant, almost game-changing no calls that were in
Houston went 7 of 44 on three-point shots.
Right. And they were still right there in the game until all of
Rizzo
the...
went 0 for 9.
0 for 9.
Gordon 2 for 12, Harden 2 for 13.
But they were still right there until those terrible calls. I mean, Harden pulled up. He jumps into Harden, hits his arm, and when you shoot, you're supposed to have room for the shooter to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
No, he was right underneath his feet and hit his arm. No call. They did it twice in a row.
Right.
And that derailed Houston. Mentally, they just went straight down. And they were one hamstring away from being in the finals. No, Chris Paul killed them.
Yeah.
Because when you look when Chris Paul played, they won back-to-back games. They won in Golden State, which Golden State had lost in, 16 games or something?
Yep.
Chris Paul was the factor for them. And without him, it was one superstar, James Harden, and a 6th man, Eric Gordon, up against 4 All-Stars, at least 2 potential Hall of Famers, maybe 3. And then Kerr, we didn't have Andre Iguodala. Are you serious? You're saying the way you're a great team is because not the 4 All-Stars, because of your bench player.
Andre, yeah.
All right. You know what happened was Houston played small ball, so they couldn't use JaVale McGee. They couldn't use West. They couldn't use any of their big men, and that's where the Cavs need to look. They need to try to match that same smaller style and not allow them to play those bigs. Because who do they got as a big? Nobody. They have no bigs.
No. Nobody big
Kevin
bodied enough
Love, he's soft. I'm sorry, but he's soft.
Yeah, I agree.
He's soft. You got Tristan Thompson, who he's too worried about getting laid, so he don't know what's going on. Other than that,
is Love back for that series?
He's back. He's cleared tonight.
They cleared him.
They cleared concussion protocol tonight, so he will be playing.
Iguodala is out.
But I mean, that game, it was the best series I've seen, though. That series,
Houston?
Oh my gosh, that was so back and forth. Like, that was legit a very good series. If it wouldn't have been for Chris Paul, then it would have been better. But James Harden just couldn't. He couldn't win one game. Not one. Now, granted, the refs were a huge part of that.
I think Curry, that game 7, Curry was like 7 for 15, and Durant was
No, they were
5
on fire.
for 11.
Curry was on fire. That third quarter, he's done it all series. Every third quarter, he just came out blazing. But the problem was, it was one superstar against 4. You're not winning that matchup. I'm sorry, Trevor Ariza is a good wing player. He's a good defender. Can hit you a shot, but he's not going to take over a game. Eric Gordon, great scorer, but he's a sixth man. He's a guy that's going to get you 20 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's not going to take over a game.
Yeah.
And then
He tried to.
He tried.
He tried.
At least he did try. Because he was like, dude, I want to win.
He did.
And everybody else was like,
You could
oh,
see
well,
it.
you know what? He's like, I'm trying to win this
Yeah.
game.
Didn't he try to dunk that ball down at halftime on like 3 defenders for the
He was like an inch away
he
from
was-
dunking like 3 guys. I mean, he was just
after he went coast to coast.
yes, in
Yeah.
4 seconds. Not even 4 seconds. He went coast to coast. I mean, it's just like Houston just fell apart. I'm like, because they don't have the superstars. They got 1 All-Star, 2 when Paul's not hurt,
Right.
and so that hurt him. But that was such a good series.
Any problem you play Golden State, you got to keep Curry, Durant, and Thompson from catching
Any
fire.
of those guys can go off in a minute. 1 minute, any of those guys can
Well,
go
look
off
at what was
9
it, game
points.
6 that Clay come back and
Yeah.
scored like 36
He
points.
won that game. He
Yeah.
won that game for them. So it's like, to match their firepower is just ridiculous. But Houston had them. They were 1 Chris Paul away from winning. If they would have Chris Paul, Houston would have won that.
I think
They
so.
would
I think
have
so,
won
too.
that series.
I believe that.
And what it was you had Chris Paul and James Harden rotating on Steph, so Steph was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 1 good quarter, but he just could not be that factor. So it relied on everybody else, and they weren't going out. I mean, Kevin Durant, he had 10 assists in 4 games, 5 games.
Mhm.
Oh, he's averaging 30 points. Cool. Pass the ball.
Yeah,
That's
get
why
some-
Kirk
give
gave
it
him
to
that
some
Jordan
people,
story.
yeah.
He was on
Yeah.
the sideline, like, well,
Right.
Michael Jordan would get his teammates in.
Right.
What's the next play? Durant just stood there.
Yeah.
Like, Rihanna's best comment. Going and winning a championship with a 73 win team is like losing your virginity to a hooker. I mean, yeah,
That's true. Well, you think about it, yeah.
that's what it was. And I'm like, that's the best comment anybody said about it.
Right.
But it
Yeah.
was still a good series, man.
I think it was a good series too. I mean, I wish Houston would have shot a little better, but I mean
But
overall.
a part of that,
I mean, yeah.
who
I
did they
know.
want in the finals?
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
We all know
with,
that.
With,
I mean,
with
we
the
know
the
that.
politics side of
Yeah,
sports.
I mean, we know that.
Who did they want?
It just
Right.
sucks, man. It
They
really
didn't
does.
want James Harden against LeBron and the Cavs. They wanted the rematch against
Yeah,
Steph.
because
Who do you think would have
Yeah.
won that series if the Rockets did win and go to the finals against Cleveland?
They wouldn't have Chris Paul, so Cleveland would have won it. James Harden wouldn't outplay LeBron James.
no.
LeBron is the greatest player in basketball right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put Harden in top 5. He's not top 5.
Well, you know why? Because
Regular season?
It's my
Yes.
My opinion is because it's defense.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
He
his
doesn't-
poster of the
yeah.
Sean Livingston.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Standing there just getting drove around and getting dunked
And
on.
he's just like looking at the camera like, hey.
He went, as soon as he got drove by, he thought to himself,
He just
"I'm
looked
gonna
like,
get his highlight reel
son
for
of a
my
bitch."
career.
But that was like the best. Whoever took that photo.
Yeah, dude,
Credit
great.
to them.
It was awesome.
It was the best
And
photo
whoever
ever.
that and all these people on the internet with the memes,
The
dude,
memes,
they're so fun.
like you did a great job with those. It was sick.
Yeah, it's great.
But
So,
it was still. It
I
was a
like
good
Harden.
series.
I agree.
No, I
not
love
a top,
him. He's
not
a
a top
great
5
player,
player,
but he's not
but
top 5.
yeah, he's a great player. He's fun to watch when he's on.
But it's regular season is
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, playoffs. They don't give you those same calls in the playoffs where you
Mhm.
barely get rubbed and they call a foul.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what hurts his game because he's not getting to the free throw line. Like he's more during a regular season more than anybody.
Right.
Playoffs is a different story.
Yeah.
So
For
it was still good though. Man.
So, if I remember correct, Thompson had 3 fouls in the first quarter.
oh yeah, he had 4 within the second, I think.
He had 4 before halftime.
He basically rested almost the entire second quarter and came out third quarter like he hadn't played. Like they had the whole game perfectly set up for them in their favor.
Mhm.
Up by what, 15 I think?
Yeah.
Something, in that area.
Yeah.
And Clay was out.
I remember posting that in the chat I had,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, he's got 3 fouls, and it's not even probably halfway through the first quarter. It was just,
Oh, it was ridiculous.
I was wondering, like, man, if he goes out, how's this gonna go? So,
But then the Warriors, you go like game 6, they were down coming in that third quarter, and then they went on that 10-0 run and just
Yeah.
wasn't stopped.
But the difference with, Game 7 was it clearly as day those the calls from the refs.
Yeah, the officiating was
I
horrible.
mean, it was a momentum changer. I mean, it really was. Houston started coming back, and then bam, no call. And then you got the moving screen against Golden State. They didn't call, and that was an open 3. And it was just like pouring on. We can't hit a bucket. They're hitting everything. No call. And then finally, next thing you know, they were so out of reach that it was over.
yeah.
And it was just like, well,
Yeah, at that point, it was just,
What's the
Man,
point?
I was just
That's why they
what's
started
the
chucking
watching it,
threes.
yeah.
They
What
just
summed up that
were
game
just
7 is
going.
when Harden went over and sat next to the bench on Paul, and you just seen the look on their face like,
like fuck.
Yeah, like we're done.
Yeah.
It's
this
what
is
it is.
over.
So it was rough.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see, how they bounce back next season. But Golden State moving on to the finals against LeBron. What is this? How many times is this in a row now?
8.
No,
For them
oh,
They've been finals 8
four.
times.
4 times straight.
Yeah,
It's the most in the history of any sport.
Right, so 4 times straight for these
This
two.
is the 4th year in a row.
What's the record now?
It's 2-1 Golden State
Okay.
because
Yeah.
where they were down, they were up 3-1.
Okay.
Right, so
Gotcha.
they won
So-
that, so they're up 2-1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Golden State wins it this year, man.
And they're 13. Golden State is a 13-point favorite right now.
Right.
Over in this game,
Yeah. So
which LeBron's teams have never been.
So it's
that
kind of
bad.
it's kind of back and forth now. So you want Cleveland to win to not let Golden State get the advantage, but then what's going to happen next year?
I mean, Clay could
now we
leave.
might have a tiebreaker.
Draymond.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not
that
worried
team
about
could
having a
really be a
tiebreaker.
team
It could.
next
It
year.
might. It's very
Cleveland,
true.
Cleveland ain't going. If,
Cleveland.
if it holds true what he said about LeBron, then Cleveland won't
I'm
win the playoffs next year.
the biggest LeBron supporter, Dave is
Yeah.
that you'll meet. But I know honest when I can see it. Honest is Golden State's going to win 4-1 or 4-2. The 1 or 2 games is going to be Superman LeBron, unstoppable, 50 points, 15 boards, 10 assists, and you just can't
A
stop
monster
him.
triple double.
That's going to be 1 or 2, and that's he can by himself he can win 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
He's done it, but you can't when you got Culver and Swish, J.R. Break. I mean, those guys can't hit anything. It's like, well, yeah, we just one great game.
You know what?
It's like that meme
hopefully
It's like
LeBron.
that meme where LeBron's sitting there with ice on his knees,
Yeah.
ice
And
on
they're
his
like,
ribs.
he does this,
He does this,
so
so
they
then
do
everybody else.
Well,
with the trophy.
let's hope LeBron, man. If they really are serious and they want this championship, let's hope LeBron sat these dudes down. And
Houston
pump on,
exposed
you know what I mean?
Golden State. Everybody's like Golden
Right.
State this. They just got exposed. Their mid-range defense is weak.
Right.
Houston was Eric Gordon, a 6-man, was driving at will to the rim. They got exposed. Their interior was weak. Why? Because they couldn't use JaVale McGee. They couldn't use
Snowball.
West. So they didn't have the rim protectors down there to help out. And if Cleveland can play that same style, they have a good chance because LeBron, you can't stop him, drives or shoots. I mean, that's whatever. Then the other way on that is the guys actually making shots. I mean, but it's
Keep Golden State off that 3-point
it's
line.
the curse of the Kardashians, dude. Look at Jordan Clarkson, Tristan, all these guys. Their careers have declined. And you can't count on Larry Nance. You can't count on Clarkson. Rodney Hood was a great player with the Jazz. He don't even play. I mean, you got all these guys that have great potential, and then they just no-show. And it's back to the one-man game. And that's why LeBron's going to leave next year. That's a different topic.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on another night.
Tonight's-
How many years do you think he has left there?
It's 33, so at least 5. Which
Yeah,
is the
that's
next
fine.
stop. Whatever team, even if it's Cleveland, the next stop is the end of the career.
Yeah, he's
That's
wherever
that.
he lands, that's
He's
retired
got 15
spot.
years right
See,
now.
that's what I'm wondering, and that's the thing that makes me wonder if he'll stay because, in all honesty, does he want to go out and retire somewhere else? Does he want to go out and play a few years somewhere else, try to make his way
Right.
back?
I don't think he wants to go out and retire somewhere else, but as far
He
as
wants to win, though.
I mean, I
in
get
range
that. I
before he
completely
comes back,
understand that, so
it's-
yeah. I mean, that's just things I look
Right,
at and
right,
I wonder,
right.
so.
It'll
But
be-
yeah, I think it's going to be. I still think it's going to be a decent series. Hopefully.
What are you thinking, honestly, that it's...
I think Golden State will win.
Well, of course,
I think they'll do it, and I don't know. I think LeBron, like you said, will get one good game in. I think that's what I think it'll be one game.
Just 1-4-1.
Yeah, I think it'll be one.
It's his determination that was hard.
Yeah.
That's why I say
Seven.
possibly 2, because he is...
I mean, there's always.
I mean, look
I
at
don't know.
it's not going to game 7.
Cavs in 7.
Yeah.
You're saying Cavs in 7?
I know you're just saying that, or you really... Why do you
I-
think Cavs in 7?
I am not.
If
gonna-
you're saying
I,
that.
you can. I'm not.
Remember,
gonna doubt-
we're trying to be unbiased.
I'm
on
not.
the
I'm
show,
not
so.
going to
And
doubt my
look,
voice.
here's
I'm
the wrong
biased.
thing.
I'm biased. I'm not
And
going to doubt
that's
my
fine.
voice.
I mean, I get the.
But what
is-
have you
yeah.
seen from them that you would seriously think 7 games?
I don't know. I just
Because
think
it would
that-
be in Golden State unless they take one in Golden State early to bring it back to Cleveland. So what players do you see
I see.
stepping up?
I think. I honestly think. Well, obviously LeBron's going to do his job. I think Korver and Korver will step up big. With the way
Jeff
he was-
Green's a
I think
50-50.
Korver
yeah.
and Green, they'll kind of
Green-
step up, but
Green has
and I think
50-50.
Smith will hit a couple of clutch shots down the straightaway to get them just. I'm not saying they're going to blow them out, but
One game though. You're talking in a series of one
Smith
game.
needs to stop worrying
I'll
about.
say 7.
I mean, I understand his thing is shooting now, but he has to try to go back.
Smith he don't care about he gets behind that 3-point line. He's like, fuck it.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that's what he does.
He needs to
J.R. Brick.
work on something else and you start driving.
He
the
used
lane
to be
somewhere.
above the rim.
I know.
When did
and-
that
When he first
change?
come into the league, he
Dude, that's
come
all he
down the
did.
lane, you could just
He was
look
trying
up
to
and he was
scout on
there.
everybody.
I mean, he could though.
And then he got
That's
right. Then he got soft. I was like, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
just going to shoot. Why?
I
He
know.
still has hops.
I mean, yeah, he's not like he can't. So that's what I'm saying. If LeBron sits these guys down, he has to look at him and be like, JR, stop being a bitch, get to the rim.
You
You,
need
know what
to-
I'm saying?
right.
He's got to look at Korver like, hey, I know you're old and shit, but you played really good that one game. You had some
He
blocks.
did a great
You know what I'm
game. That
saying?
was a
You
killer
guys
game.
got to understand that you got to fucking step
They
up.
got a pitching whip last game against Boston. First off, Paul
Yeah.
Pierce lost that for them. 'Cause
Yeah.
he started trash talking LeBron.
Stupid.
And then next thing you know, bow. It was
Stupid.
over.
That was stupid.
That was the dumb-
Paul Pierce ain't even nobody that should be talking
Paul
shit.
Pierce is an idiot.
God.
And he's the
I don't
dumbest
know why
player.
Paul Pierce was talking to his dad like that,
'Cause-
honestly.
right? Paul Pierce is an idiot. But with that
Speaking
game,
of Paul Pierce.
right? But that game, I mean, other than LeBron, Jeff Green had 19, I believe it was,
Yeah.
and then George Hill, 12 maybe,
13.
10 to 15
Yeah, in
points.
between there.
But other than that, nobody else had double digits. You can't go up against 4 All-Stars and have 2 or 3 players hit double digits.
Right.
It's not going to happen. And that's what keeps happening. You'll get 1 or 2 other players with LeBron that'll hit the 15 mark. But then that's it. And if he's not scoring 60 points, they're screwed.
Yeah.
So
he needs to get
these
that
guys
distribution. That's what's going to win this. It can't be LeBron all himself. That's just
he can't do it. He's already tried that.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, like I think one game. That's what I'll give.
I give it for sure one,
Yeah.
but if LeBron, because he does have that next gear mentality, man, and he'll
The
drop a game
killer,
on you.
like
I mean, he'll drop a game on you in a heartbeat. So I'd give a possible 2, but unless those guys step up, man, and they're so inconsistent, you can't say, yeah, I do. For me personally, I can't say that 7 because if they play the way that they're capable, the Cavs can win at 7, absolutely. But you don't know what J.R. Smith you're getting. You don't know what George Hill. You don't know what Corey. You don't know what Nance. You don't know what Tristan Thompson. Is he going to be that I got 3 rebounds in 3 games kind of guy? Or is he going to be I got 15 points and 15 rebounds? You don't know.
Love you're going to get this show.
Love, he goes on streaks where he is just phenomenal. 20 points, 15 boards, 5 assists. Then he goes to where he gets like 6 points and 3 boards, and it's like
he has to
be
that second man. He has to be the go-to guy when LeBron can't.
That's why they needed to trade him, and they didn't, and they screwed up.
Yeah, they fucked that over.
They really screwed that trade up.
They should have definitely. Yeah.
Who did they try to trade him for?
There was multiple teams with. I think they had a deal set with Love going to the Pacers for Paul George, and they screwed that trade.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was a part of that. There was the Kevin Love to. Who else? They had a couple good. DeAndre Jordan was a trade that they were working on with Kevin.
Well,
Love.
they were wanting Tristan Thompson for DeAndre Jordan.
And I would have been like, take him.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye. Take Kardashian with you and go. That was this. They screwed up so
Can
bad.
you imagine DeAndre Jordan on the Cleveland down in the.
But he can be a free agent this year, so he could still come. Him, Paul George in Cleveland. A little team there.
I don't.
Yeah, that's
a whole different.
Are they in Golden State tonight?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you think tonight's game is going to go?
Well, they're favored from Vegas by 13.
How do you personally think it's going to go though? Who do you think who's going to show up?
Golden State's winning.
Yeah, who do you
But
think?
the thing, what I've been listening to and reading about, LeBron usually first game kind of coasts, just to see how it's going to play. Facilitate. He needs to attack if they want to win this series. First game, he needs to come out 20 points first quarter. I mean, he just needs to dominate. He played, which is going to be rough. He played all 48 minutes last game, man. I mean, that is not.
I've heard
easy
he were in the first series of games. LeBron's in there just seeing what the other team does and reading off of that.
He needs to come out from the start, the first possession that he gets the ball, and just go to the rim and put it in their face, and just attack. He not worry about dishing to these guys. Attack the rim, get to the hoop, kick it out if they're wide open and you got the whole team coming to you. But just focus on just being the one-man show.
I think Cleveland will win this first game because LeBron will go out and make a statement.
You think so?
If they do, that'd be great because then they do potentially they'll have home court game 7. Then that's a potential.
I think he'll, knowing how much is on the line against Golden State, I think he'll go out tonight with
their weaknesses haven't been exposed.
With a mission.
I mean, they really have.
Because he watched that game 7 Houston.
Oh,
he was watching it.
But he's very intelligent. So it just depends on the tone. I say first quarter sets the tone for the game. I mean, really, it's been third quarter. Third quarter is what really sets it.
Yeah, third quarter is when Golden State comes in and starts.
I think it's going to be this first quarter. It'll show what kind of Golden State team there is, and it'll show what kind of Cleveland team there is. So first quarter is going to be huge. But I think it's going to be Golden State by 10. First game. It's tough.
I'm gonna say about 15.
About 15 first game. You think it's going to be like a Boston series with Cleveland, where they get blown out away by 30 and they go home and win by 30, like that type of?
I think that'd be.
Yeah, I would say more like.
Which, granted, I'm only calling 1 or 2 games, so then technically, it would be the
it's hard. Yeah,
one or two games there. But.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from right now, but I say around 12-15 tonight.
And what do you got? So you got Cleveland win the first game? What do you got?
I say by 5 or 10.
Spread 5 or 10? Because right now Golden State's favored by 13.
I say Cleveland by 5 or 10. I just think LeBron's going to go out and just.
He may.
Well, the statement tonight, like, look, you guys aren't doing what you did to us.
We all hope he does.
I
say that, and you know why? Because I want my damn jersey.
Your Steph
You know
jersey.
he like 900,000 jerseys so far. Is how much he owes?
Yeah, but do you see the other guy It was a joke. I was joking. Randall.
He said he was joking?
No, he lied. Because he was like, I didn't think it was going to trend that much.
Man, you can't go on
He
Twitter
was on TV and was like, it was just a joke. I didn't think people were going to take it serious, and it just started trending.
Well, yeah, once he looked and seen...
Once you saw that you had like 800,000 retweets, you're like, oh, I'm not that rich.
Yeah.
My bank account is as big as I thought it was.
And Fanatics dude was like, I'll give you a wholesale deal, but like he's still not going to... I'll save you $14 million. Like, okay, let's think about this.
He bailed out of that quick.
Yeah.
He came out and was like, oh, I was joking.
He seen that 900,000 tweets, he said, babe, we got to take the Lambo back.
Yeah, he folded on that quick.
Oh, yeah,
Joe Thomas didn't. Joe Thomas did not go back. He did not retract on his offer of, and he said though, I can't remember the exact quote, but game worn Steph Curry signed jerseys, I believe, is what Joe Thomas said. Now, granted, there's not that many, but he still was saying like he's going to get you like an authentic jersey, and I believe signed by Steph Curry. Are you looking that up on Twitter right now? Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure.
Go to the ESB Sports page and retweet that while sharing and pass it around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can wear it Monday and Tuesday. I'll take it Wednesday and Thursday.
Right? But that's still, that Randall guy, like, what a bitch move.
Yeah,
like,
well,
he
for
said
sure.
upset Joe Thomas.
You know why? Because I feel like he could have got some other guys around him or some guys he knew, and they could all pitched in.
Pussied out.
Yeah.
He said, I'm so confident in my Cavs that the Warriors win 2018 finals. I'll buy anyone who retweets as a signed Steph Curry game-worn jersey, even you, Randall. At Randall Time at King James.
Yeah. See? So, yeah, I was right with what I said. That was what...
You should log into the Twitter page and retweet.
I don't have Twitter.
Yeah, we do, the sports page. Just go to Twitter.
I have one on
I'll
there.
do it later.
I can post it too.
Yeah, we'll do, we'll
But yeah, so, and Joe Thomas didn't retract. He didn't get on and say it was a joke or any of this. Like now granted, Joe Thomas is looking. I mean, he's been, over 10 years, he's got a solid bank account.
Mm-hmm.
But a game worn, which you're not going to have that many, so it'll just be a jersey, signed Steph Curry jersey, those aren't going to be cheap.
No.
And he's got what, close to 1 million retweets on that?
Mm-hmm.
So, that adds up to some change. But he never backed out. He still has stood by what he said.
His word, right?
And which, of course, Joe Thomas's whole family. That's the kind of guy you would want to have on your teams.
Right. He was a good player.
Oh,
he got
no.
Yeah. So we basically covered what we thought of last.
Then Joe Thomas, after that, he tweeted and said back. He said, "Okay, it can be any signed game-worn NBA jersey. It doesn't have to be Warriors."
Oh, so
he got 11.8K.
So he ended up even just saying anybody now.
Anybody.
So he was like, you know what? Then it'll be whoever.
Any kind of game-worn jersey.
Dirk, Dirk, man. I definitely want me a Dirk. Even I'm a big Dennis Smith fan, so I'm loving that kid coming up. Dirk, give me that Dirk, because he's retiring next year.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about? That we haven't got to talk about. Because you just said somebody coming up. What's that high school kid's name? Don't get on every fucking
white kid, black kid.
Yeah, the white kid.
McClain, Macklin.
Mac McClung.
Something like that.
Yeah, Matt McClung.
Matt
That's
McClung.
what it is.
I've heard his name once or twice get brought up through some stuff, but
you never seen him?
I don't.
McClung.
Dude, I watched him. He fucking gets it, dude.
The only thing I've been hearing a lot is that kid that's coming into college, or I'm sorry, coming to the pros in the draft from the European League. And then there's another guy who they were saying the Mavericks were going to look at that just made the record for longest wingspan. He's got a 7'10" wingspan.
A what?
7'10" wingspan. Wingspan is there.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Jimmy, anything going on in the basketball chat by chance? Probably not. We don't have that many people on Discord.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that kid. We'll
Mac
have to.
McClung.
I'll have to get some information.
He went to the Irish
Classic.
He went to the Irish
YouTube,
Classic and showed out.
Dude, he's dunking between the
so
legs.
what is he high school?
He's like
He's
5.
high school.
He's 6 foot.
Georgetown.
Matt though, he is listening.
Oh, okay, cool.
So he's going to go to Georgetown. Mm-hmm. That's what good school.
Hey Matt, show over there in the chat if you've heard of Matt McClung, the white dude that plays high school ball.
Definitely, one of the
have you seen anything on him? He's pretty. He's pretty
crazy. He went to the
Irish
Classic, and then they had a little impromptu dunk contest after it. And the final dunk that he did, he had the Iverson Georgetown jersey. Iverson was there. He had the Iverson Georgetown jersey on, and he's
going to show out of Georgetown. I'm telling you. I think he's going to fucking come in there.
But the problem with that is you get to the NBA. you're gonna have to develop a jumper.
Oh yeah,
I'm
for
saying
sure.
he doesn't have
Oh,
one.
he can
Oh, no, he
shoot.
can shoot.
I'm saying I
He's-
don't know.
he's
I
pretty all
haven't-
around.
I haven't seen
You know.
him, so I'll have to look.
Yeah,
He's got decent handles. He's got range. He's got mid
He's what,
range.
6 foot?
Six
Big, eight,
So he'd be a 1-2 guard.
six.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'd be a point guard for
He's
sure.
point guard. But he's dunking like it ain't shit.
Wow. Showing up Zion Williamson.
Dude, he's dunking it off the backboard, fucking everything. Dude.
I'll have to look this up. 'Cause I haven't heard about
Yeah,
it.
he's a white kid, man, and yeah. When I heard he was going to Georgetown, I was like, oh, I'm watching this year. It's gonna happen. He's gonna start. It's gonna happen. I just look him up. You may have a different opinion.
Where's he from?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Man, you wanted to sing a song?
Pennsylvania.
I was thinking that was in my head. I was trying to think where he was
Pennsylvania.
from. I think he's from Pennsylvania or no, I could be way off.
Pencil.
Pencil.
See where he's from,
It's like a
Max.
pencil. Like a pencil.
Hey, somebody make a meme out of that.
He might, oh, no, you know what?
That's
He
a
might be.
meme.
He might be from New York.
Virginia.
He's from Virginia.
Virginia.
Gate
Okay.
City, Virginia.
I was close.
Oh man, so he's in Virginia.
What's the city name?
Virginia.
Gate City.
Yeah, I ain't never heard
Gate
of it. I
City.
lived down there, but I never heard
He was
of it.
born in 2000.
2000.
Jesus, fuck.
Oh man, wow.
He's 6'2",
6'2". So he could play 2 guard.
and he's
then.
committed to Georgetown.
It's gonna happen.
That's
Yeah,
definitely a good
they're
school.
dumb
to play.
motherfuckers.
Georgetown had a pretty good team the past couple.
I've
of
always
years.
liked.
Junior in high
Good
school, he
versus
scored a
Georgetown.
career high 64 points
Damn.
in a loss.
Damn.
You know,
In a loss.
who the fuck did they play?
So nobody else was scoring.
Oh, I
This
doubt
for
it.
this,
His
this is
teammates
the
did
high
shit.
school league. Dan River High School.
He is literally. I think it's basically a mostly white high school, and it looks like one of those movies where you're kind of like, and he's just like,
Okay.
he's the guy out there just
Right.
like superstar, like 17 again with that one dude from fucking high school.
Said he made his
musical.
senior
Zach
debut
Efron.
by scoring 47 points on 18 of 23 shooting.
Huh?
47 points by 18 of 23 shooting his first senior game.
Wow. That'd be something to look into. There's a lot of kids these days, though, man.
Yeah, oh, for sure, dude. But he's one that's really caught the attention of a lot of sports outlets and people and
Well, when he went to that, like I said, when he went to that Georgetown
Iverson
Classic,
thing,
he
or whatever.
Iverson's attention, Patrick Ewing was there.
Yeah, of course, Patrick was there.
I mean, he's caught.
2 alumni. So. That'd be good then. I mean, Georgetown.
He's kind of since he showed up, that Zion Williamson's kind of faded to the
Has he? Really?
yeah. You don't hear much about
There
him.
was a lot
He's
of
going to Duke though, right?
He's
Yeah.
Duke. Yeah, he's going to Duke.
I think.
Duke got Williamson, and they got another #1 high school player going to Duke too. He's from Canada.
Canada. Oh yeah, I remember I heard something about some Canada basketball player.
Yeah, there was something when they were talking about Zion. They were talking about a couple other guys too.
Because the Duke's first 2 games are exhibition games in Canada, where the kids' hometown will
Oh,
play
shit.
that.
Canada's starting to produce some pretty good basketball players, with the exception of Anthony Bennett. That's one of the biggest busts in NBA history. Good job, Cavs.
Well, I think we covered everything on basketball, so I'm going to let you go ahead and take over what you wanted to talk about with hockey, because I haven't been following hockey.
So with hockey,
What is it, Las Vegas?
Las Vegas Knights, the
Nice.
Golden Knights. So something with them, they've been getting overshadowed all year. They haven't lost, I think, a home game since like the end of March. They've been just crushing it this year, and they're an expansion team. This is the first Vegas team they have right now, and they're just killing it. So in the playoffs so far, they've beaten the Sharks. They swept the Kings first round. They beat the Sharks 4-2, and then they beat Edmonton. I think it was 4-2, and then now they're with the Capitals. Are tied up 1-1. The Capitals got lucky. The hockey gods saved them on a great save, but the Capitals got lucky where they would be down 2-0.
Right.
And we're talking pure hockey god luck. I mean, they were on 5-on-3, and they couldn't score. If you don't score on a 5-on-3, you're probably not going to win that game.
Right.
But they got lucky. But nobody's really giving the credit. They're basically saying since Washington won the second game, by luck, so much luck, that they're the favorites to win now. And the Capitals, no. You're talking about a team who got lucky where they would be down 2-0 right now.
Right.
And Vegas Knights have done nothing but just thrive as an expansion team all year.
Their record in their division was 51-24. The next team under him was 44-25.
Yes.
How many years have they been in the league?
This is their first year. Their expansion team.
So they're
This is their brand new.
Yeah.
And that's what's killing me because here they are sweeping the Kings. Here they are 4-2 over the Sharks. Here they are, I believe it was 4-2 or 4-3, but I'm pretty sure it was 4-2 over Edmonton that was a favored team. That nobody's given them the credit. And I'm like, how can you guys overlook these guys? What a story. You're talking about a team's first year, and they're in the Stanley Cup Finals, about to be up 2-0 until the gods of hockey helped out the Capitals, and, you know, it's 1-1. But I just thought they deserved a little love because, you know, these guys, which they kind of are going to have a little luck in their favor because the one guy for the Capitals, one of their top players, I can't pronounce his damn name, but he might end up being out with an injury. So, and I know they still have Ovechkin though, which he's very, very good, but it can still not favor them because of that injury. But nobody's really given.
The only way I heard of the Las Vegas Knights is because I follow Bryce Harper on
Bryce
Instagram.
Harper. Yeah.
But I like him as a ball player. He from Las Vegas, and he's following him.
So he's been super supportive, which he plays for.
It's kind of hard to say.
He plays for the Washington
Nationals.
Hard to say anybody's on the bandwagon when they haven't been around long enough to win it.
And I'm
Get on the train now, everybody.
No way am I saying, hey, I'm rooting for them.
Yeah,
because I stopped watching hockey years ago because I like Detroit Red Wings. And Steve Yzerman and Sergei Fedorov was there, Paul Coffey, some very good players. But Steve Yzerman was one of my favorites. That's back in the Gretzky days. And Sergei Fedorov, I love those two guys.
He was awesome.
And so when they retired, I kind of quit watching. I didn't really care for it.
That's the same way I did.
So now I'll throw up a cheer for CBJ just because they're local.
Right. For sure.
Columbus Blue Jackets.
I'd like to go see a game. Yeah.
I've had offers. I haven't really done it, which I will. But it's just like, you know, so I'm rooting for them just because they're home. I'm not no big hockey fan. I just thought that this team from Vegas, expansion, first year, they needed some shout-outs because everybody's overlooking them. And here they are, about to win their Stanley Cup, possibly.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
My buddy texted me about him earlier. He was saying that he was just surprised how well they're playing and stuff like that.
Man.
And just I assume that's why I asked if they were newer or if they were a new team because I didn't really read all of his text, but you know, just giving them a shout out for how well they're doing. That's pretty cool.
Right.
For any expansion team, that's like the Jaguars coming in and winning the Super Bowl the first year or something.
Right.
The Panthers. So.
In which they weren't that great when they first came in, but then they ended up. I mean, Carolina won.
Right.
You know, which they lost. But
right.
They still had a good team, but they did the supplemental draft. I believe every team had to give up like a player or two.
For the hockey one?
No, for the NFL.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Because I remember Tony Baselli went to the Jags, and I was like, oh my god.
Right.
Right. So it's but I don't know exactly what they did with the hockey one because I don't follow it too much. But
they might have called a lot of guys up from different.
They could have.
Different.
I just know I've been seeing a lot about them, and I just I'm hearing everything, but they're just like brief. Oh yeah, they did great. Okay, so anyways, this game or that. Like, oh yeah, they scored a goal. Okay, but anyways, this. So it's like I thought they deserved a little shout out, man.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to the Las Vegas Knights.
Golden Knights.
Golden
Knights.
Yeah, they can be the first year in the league and win a title.
Yeah, I mean that'd
be dope.
That's good in Vegas. I mean, everybody's hating on a team going to Vegas, and here they are thriving.
Right.
And then you got the Raiders going to come there, and it's like actually it might not be a bad deal. And didn't they legalize gambling for basketball now or baseball?
Yeah.
Or was it all sports?
All sports.
Yeah. So that's great for sports because it's like
Vegas.
legalizing marijuana. It's increasing your revenue. It's all the states that's done that, their revenue has increased so much. It's like make sense of things.
When the federal government picks the fingers at everything.
Right. So it's like the expansion teams have been great for Vegas. There hasn't been all this trouble that they thought was going to be a part of having sports in that city. So
Whenever you bring a sports team to any kind of city, you get a stadium full of fans. You're going to pay money to buy tickets, concessions, jerseys.
If you can imagine what their concession prices are. I haven't looked, but I'm assuming they're up there. But I mean, like the Falcons. Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they said they're lowering all their prices.
Really?
They want to have like $4 beers or whatever, food. They want to have cheap concession prices.
That'd be great.
Which, why not?
Because, let's be honest, dude.
Do you need to charge $20 for a damn beer? And
for the average fan that's going to a football game, let's say Joe Schmo down the corner who doesn't make a lot of money and wants to go see the goddamn Falcons play, right? He finally got a little extra cash to
Yeah,
take his family
$100
to see
for a
it.
ticket.
You know what I'm saying?
To sit up here.
Now he has to go do that. And now he can't even enjoy a beer at the game or do anything. And you know, these guys are so greedy. But at the same time, when you lower these prices, you're still making a profit because you're making more money for Joe Schmo.
I'm going to school, and the class I'm taking right now is macroeconomics.
Exactly.
And it's, you know, the thing is, when you lower prices, supply, you know, it
demand goes up because
just like when you raise prices.
Yeah.
I just looked up the concession stand for
people
the
are
Golden
gonna buy
Knights
more.
for their stadium.
Their stadium.
Got a prime rib sandwich for $13. I mean, they're not little. They're,
And
that's a good portion.
That's not bad.
That's a big ass
you
sandwich.
get cheddar stuffed brats for $9 a piece.
That's a little high.
That's a little
That's a little high for me.
No, I mean you're getting all three of those for $9.
Oh, three? Oh,
three.
no, well, for sure. You
Oh,
can
then
say that.
yeah,
Let's
no,
get it.
three. Then that's
But
good.
Italian grinder for $11. If that big change.
Oh, look
I
how
mean, the
much
prices
that's
are back
good.
compared to the
Yeah,
goods.
for sure.
Now,
Right.
as long as it's not $20
Yeah, for
or
beer,
something, you
that's
know.
crazy.
But no, then that's a good, you know, that's good concession prices.
But goddamn, we all know alcohol is the biggest.
Oh, it's absolutely.
Get a bottle of Jack Daniels for $20-something. You go to the bar. And
No, I went
turn around
to
and
the
drink.
Bengals Steelers game last year on Monday Night Football, and like a 12-pack of little Skylines were like $30 or $40. I'm like, man, those things are like that fucking thing. Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, like that.
That equals that.
Well, zing.
But yeah, that's all I got for the
All of those
Halloween.
equals up two big winners.
It was just good for that. It was
Okay.
It was nice.
Football. Let's talk football. I got a question.
Yeah.
Peterson, man. We've been hearing a lot.
There's
Here
a
and there
couple
about
teams rumored where he's going to go.
Yeah, so I seen something today on the Panthers.
Yeah.
So you got Christian McCaffrey at the Panthers.
Yep.
You got who else? You got there? You got.
They got rid of Stewart, didn't they?
I
Didn't they let him go?
I don't want to say they did.
I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
Jonathan
I
Stewart.
think
let's
they were
say-
going to keep. I think they were going to keep. I think they were wanting AP for like the little short goal line burst, and then Stewart for the.
But there's still talks of him going back to the Saints. The Saints are looking at, because Ingram's out for the first 4 games.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on him going there. I seen some talk about Ingram being out. but-
Because he got in trouble for PEDs, so they suspended him for the first 4 games. So they were talking about maybe a reunion with AP coming back there. The Cardinals, I think, were rumored with AP. But the Panthers, I think, are in the front running
I wouldn't doubt it.
for him right now. And I guess he's been working out hardcore and showing like videos and whatnot, trying to get teams to.
He's a beast.
Oh,
I mean,
he's a
even
beast.
yeah, he's
His production
still
has
AP.
declined.
Yeah,
a
well,
lot.
obviously, but he's still,
But I
he's still
mean,
capable of something.
I think it's been a part of the situations he's been into. I think that's been a factor.
Yeah, I would say some.
He's probably one of my top 3, 4 all-time running backs.
Oh,
And maybe 5, because there's
yeah, there's a lot. Been a
there's
lot.
Emmett.
Yeah,
For
Emmett,
me,
Walter,
Emmett.
Payton.
See, I don't even put Peyton up that high anymore.
Really?
I got Emmett.
I
I
always
got
liked
Barry, Ladanian. Those are my top 3.
Eric Dickerson.
I don't put him top 5.
Who?
Eric.
Really?
For me, it's Emmett, then Barry, and then Ladanian.
I forgot about Barry. I don't know how I forgot about Barry.
I don't know
Because
how.
He didn't have that long of a stint.
He played 9 years. If he would have played 13 like Emmett, then Emmett would have never caught him. Because
No.
he had, I think, 12,000 yards in 9 years or something like that. But, I mean, who else you got going in football? I mean, there's been some.
Says for AP.
Oh, Dez.
AP
What's up with Dez?
Dez
Speaking
can
of
get
AP,
signed.
it says hoping to hear from teams that he wants to play for: Texans, Packers, or Panthers.
Yeah.
And he also mentioned Miami.
Brandon Marshall just got signed to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But they were like, Brandon Marshall gets signed and Des Bryant didn't. Clearly, there was a reason Des Bryant's
Yeah.
not getting signed.
There's something
Now,
going on.
I'm a big Cowboys fan. Do I think maybe it could potentially be something with Jerry Jones? Possibly.
Blackballing Dez?
But here's the weird situation with that, because Jerry Jones, that was his baby. Des Bryant, when you hire somebody to follow a player around and babysit them, as he did for Des Bryant, and paid that person, that wasn't Des paying, that was Jerry. Jerry didn't want to cut Des. Stephen Jones said, we're done, which I'm glad. Finally, somebody's making the right choices in Dallas, and Stephen Jones is doing that. But with Des, his production has been so bad the past 3 years. I watch every game, and he has not produced. And he did have an offer from the Ravens, but turned it down. He wants to play in the NFC East.
It says right here that
And they don't want him.
Yeah.
Giants don't want him.
it says
Redskins
the
don't want him.
Ravens made an option to give him 3 years for $21 million, and he
Yep.
turned it down.
He's stupid.
But then it says here, it shows on his Instagram.
Well, he even.
Somebody asked him the question, what team you want to go for? And he responded back, the Niners.
But right, he wants to go to the Niners now.
He's trying to be like Terrell Owens.
Yes. And Terrell Owens is supposedly coming back. I guess he hinted at the Chiefs.
Get the fuck out of here.
I heard about that too.
He
yeah.
said that teams are trying to sign him.
Possible Hall of Famer coming back.
Yeah.
Has he been coming out and working out too?
Yeah.
And shit?
No, yeah, he has.
He went with. Oh, he didn't know. He went somewhere to a team. I don't remember. No, that was Ocho Cinco. I'm sorry.
Ocho
that was,
tried,
that was,
yeah.
that was a while back.
No,
Who did Ocho Cinco play for?
No, he was trying. He wasn't going there to try to play. He was going there to help the Browns.
Browns, yeah.
To help the
it was help
receivers and shit.
coordinate
Yeah.
But no, T.O., the rumor is with him is a possible return with the Chiefs. That's the rumor going around with T.O. right now.
That's crazy.
And I mean, 45, I think he is.
He's that old?
Yeah, he said T.O. believes he can help the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl.
But
He's old ass.
what's funny about those guys is
Yeah, he's 44.
it's like Dion. When Dion came back and tried to play for Baltimore,
Yeah.
he quit
been out
really
of the
quick.
NFL since 2010.
Yes.
He attempted to come back in 2012, but he was cut in training camp by the Seahawks
Terrell was.
Yes.
in 2012.
His same
Yeah.
thing into Jerry's career.
Yeah.
He was with Raiders, and then I believe it was the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Tried to play, and they was like, "Sorry, dude, you're done."
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta know when to call it quits.
Right.
Know when to hold. Know when to
He
fold.
said they asked him what teams he think he'd be a good fit for. He said Niners, Packers, Seahawks, or Steelers.
Who was that? T.O.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to the Steelers, motherfucker. We don't. I mean, even if
And then he
you are
threw out
44, I don't wanna go over
threw
there.
out the name. I'd like to play with Andy Reid over in Kansas City.
Andy Reid can't win. It's been proven.
Especially, yeah, no
He
shit.
can't win in playoffs, dude.
How does he think that they would go to the Super?
Because he's an idiot.
Whatever.
It's
T.O.'s
T.O.
being T.O. Whatever. All right, guys. So yeah, hey, we covered a good amount tonight. I hope to see an exciting game tonight with Golden State and
Starts at
Cleveland.
9.
So go Cavs. Hope to get some input from you guys on the page. Go ahead and we're gonna put up a live discussion there. We'll put up a poll. So yeah, just give us some feedback on all that, and we're gonna share this up on YouTube later. Give us some feedback there. Share with your friends, Facebook, Twitter, all that shit.
You got on Twitter, go retweet Joe Thomas's.
Oh yeah,
Possible get your jersey.
I'm about to go do it right after we turn the show off. So.
Yeah, man. If he's saying any player, give me a dirt.
Any signed player.
Dirt, baby.
any player, I'm going Kobe, man.
I mean, I want LeBron, but dirt. Give me dirt.
Yeah.
Because Dave will get LeBron, so just give me.
Yeah, we'll just.
That's cool. Just let me wear it sometimes.
So yeah, just
As long as you don't mind where the trash bag gets surrounded in, it's sort of plastic.
That's
fine.
okay.
all right. Here in about 15 minutes, we'll be back with our WWE segment with Jimmy.
Body slam!
Body slam.
Who's the giant?
Pounder!
So
Who is
Jimmy,
Suplex.
Turns out he's a giant named Andre.
Figure four leg lock.
so Jimmy will be back here in 15 minutes. So make sure you guys tune in. So,
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See ya. Clothesline from hell!
JBL. That's good shit. Okay, who you are.
I don't care who you are. It's good shit right there.
All right. I gotta take a piss and I gotta roll.